beefs. We have so many different types. We have historical beefs, we got sports beefs. Hell, at one point I was even beefing with my own mom and pops when it was whooping my ass for something stupid I was doing. But we're gonna be talking about rap beefs and just some of the weirdest ones that I've seen.
What?
In most recent times, and just something that honestly it got me really wondering, how the hell was this even an issue?
Why?
How the hell was this even an actual type of beef going on? Because to me, coming from the outside looking in, it just seems so random. So I got 3 for y'all to look at and just go from there. So the first one, to me, that's the most weirdest one, was 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd. At one point, they had a song together, Pulse 6ix9ine, and it was actually no, not Pulse 6ix9ine, but it was called Pulse 1469, and it was pretty good. And they were making a stride, making movements, and then boom, they started randomly beefing out of nowhere. And the crazy part is that Trippie Redd actually had brought 6ix9ine to the label Strange Entertainment, which is now called 10K Projects, where you got Jalil, Ice Spice, Trippie Redd still on there. And I don't know if 6ix9ine's on there. Honestly, the whole contract thing is weird at this point. And, they were going on IG Live, just going at it, barking at each other. Like, yo, it was a lot of weird stuff. When it came to someone underage, I'm not even going into full details because that's something way back in the past. And DJ Akademiks actually gave him the opportunity to speak about what was happening. And it was a whole technicality that went on. And this is old stuff and everything. But to me, it was just really weird how someone you helped get signed and you made money off of him, now you're just beefing after 2 weeks of doing a song together. And even then, even now to this day, Trippie Redd, he was just talking bad about 6ix9ine just to this day, where 6ix9ine, he's gone through a whole flurry of stuff when it comes to just snitching and just this whole affiliation with Bloods and all that stuff. But to me, that was one of the weirdest ones I see coming out, because it's like, this is your label mate, this is someone you're supposed to be like champion for, to make sure that you're actually working and doing things together. And I mean, he's signed under you, you would expect, okay, hey, if he's making money, I'm making money, but it was weird to me. Second one that to me that was very weird and just really out of the ordinary was Nas and Doja Cat. First of all, what the hell is Doja Cat even doing right now? She's on some weird demonic BS going on, and even then she's even beefing with her own fans. She's like, if you don't really rock with me, if you're not calling me whatever her group one we call it, kitties or whatever, I don't even know what they're called, just unfollow me. And like 500,000 people unfollowed her. And to me, it was just a weird situation where she was beefing her own fans, and fan pages were even being interviewed on actual news stations. Wow, 2023, man, we're having actual fan page be interviewed on news stations. We're just telling like, yo, man, I thought she was who she was, a great human being, but now, she's stuck up, doesn't like her fans, just hating on everybody. And it was just a weird and awkward time. But even before then, 2020, when the whole panoramic had us shutting down, everyone was afraid of each other, no one wanted to be near each other, everyone was sneezing, thinking that you basically said the hard R at that point if you sneeze. That's how it was. And literally in August of that year of 2020, Nas dropped Ultra Black, and he said, hey, this is black to black, this is more black than Doja Cat. I think that's what the line said. And it was such a random diss, and everyone was just like, yo, this was out of the random. And even then, like, Doja Cat, she is of African descent. Her father is from South Africa, and she has a Jewish mother. So, and she never really talks about that background and everything. So when that happened, everyone was just like, okay, this is kind of weird and what's going on. As far as, I don't think Doja Cat even responded. And even then Nas was like, hey, I didn't really mean it that way and everything. But I'm like, no, bro, like, you meant what you said. Just double down on it. We can already tell Doja Cat's on some weird stuff, being on these weird, hella right-wing, incelish group chats, with a lot of weirdos and stuff like that. I mean, the statement was valid, but to me, it was just more or less of, hey, everyone knows this already. Why are we even talking about this? So yeah, that to me, that was really just out of pocket, not even out of pocket, but it was more or less just weird. And the beef itself ended within less than a week, to be honest. And the third one that I can think of that honestly that was really wild and just eccentric in terms of just whole blow up was Lil Yachty and Joe Budden. Honestly, you had to be there when it happened.
You don't think that's a question you should answer at some point?
What do I want from hip hop?
Or are you leaving all of this to QC to figure out?
Nah, I mean, I'm making music, bro. I'm just having fun.
I want you, who's well-spoken and articulates himself well.
My nigga, chill.
Yeah.
When that whole ordeal blew up, when that was uploaded on Complex on their YouTube channel, that was hilarious. Joe Budden was pressing Lil Yachty like, yo, do you know the terms of your contract? Do you know what your splits are? Do you know how you're getting your bread? Bro, Joe Budden was red as a tomato. This dude was literally shout at Lil Yachty. He's like 2 feet away from him. 2 chairs away from him, 2 feet away from him, yelling and shout at him, asking him, do you know what your contract is looking like?
My yard. Wait. All of you.
Daddy, chill.
All Lil Yachty could just say is, chill. Just chill. And honestly, Lil Yachty at that point didn't even know what his contract was looking like, to be honest. You know, he's an adult. He should know, but to him, he's just getting the bag. You know, he doesn't have money, but he could be getting more. He could be getting less. Who knows? But to me, that was like the pinnacle of old heads clashing with the youth, where it's Joe Budden's like, yo, you need to know your splits, you need to know your contract, you know how your money's being split in every single way. And I understand with Joe Budden, you know, when he was signed to Def Jam, Pump It Up was going crazy, he was doing great. But I mean, he's not out here saying like, oh yeah, like I was making buku money, I was out here getting the bread, getting the bag. I mean, it seems like he did get shafted a little bit from the music industry. So to me, it was more or less of, hey, I want you to understand what the hell's going on. I want you to understand how your money's being split up. And Lil Yachty did not want to hear that. He was just having fun and getting paid to do what he loves to do. And you know, I don't even blame Lil Yachty in that aspect. You know, you're having fun, you're living your life, you're living the dreams you want to do, you're making bread. But man, Budden was not going for it. Joe Budden was not for it. He wanted to know every single piece of the contract and want him to understand how his money getting split. He was asking like, yo, you know your split sheets, you know this and that, you know what's getting split up, how many ways. And honestly, it was something where Joe Budden, where to me his heart was in the right place, but the way he went about his delivery was way out of whack, way out of order, to be honest. And look, at the end of the day, Joe Budden is not Lil Yachty's lawyer. At the end of the day, he doesn't even have to disclose how his contract looks like, if he knows it. Who knows? I doubt at that time he knows what it was. I hope he knows what it is now. But yeah, to me, those are just some of the weirdest beefs I've seen in rap that I can think of so far. I know there's other weird ones like Lil Pump, Smoke Perp. To me, that just felt fake as hell. That felt more of a, how can I say, it was more fabricated. It was just more like, oh, whatever, we're just gonna make some fake beef, whatever.
Your Jordans are fake.
Not even like rap beefs, while they're fun, man, it can turn into deadly things. It can really turn to innocent people, just people outside of the actual parties they involved are getting hurt, you know. And it's a really terrible thing that happened. And honestly, even me as a musician, I don't even want to be no rap beef, man. Like I'm like Thorfinn, man. I got no enemies, I got no problems, I don't want to smoke with nobody. And unfortunately, some people are not like that, and conflicts will always happen. But to me, end of the day, it's all entertainment to me. It's all hilarious. As long as no one gets shot at, no one get hurt. Hey, no one moms or no one kids or the girl getting involved in it, becoming collateral damage, or just any friendly fire. Hey, I'm all for it, you know. It's here for entertainment. We having fun. It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, appreciate it. Whoever was watching, you know, someone subscribed. I think it's Curtis H. Wherever you're out there, man, I really appreciate you just subscribing to the channel. You can see, got a new setup, as you can see here. New setup and everything. Had to move my room around and stuff like that. But I'm really trying to take this really to the next level. But appreciate y'all, and catch me in the next one. Peace.